with that, the future for this is the Esports World Cup. It's coming up in about 2 weeks, the start of it. But Overwatch is going to be taking a start, I believe, in week 4 on July 23rd. We're going to quickly go over what to expect with this tournament, but we're going to have a bigger breakdown next week. So make sure you do all the internet stuff. Stick around to if you want to see that, if you want to get the information with it. So first and foremost, Esports World Cup happening. This is a tournament of 30 different games happening in Saudi Arabia. We're bringing all the games together to compete internationally. Think of it as like World Cup with FIFA, all the different teams from all the different countries coming in, not necessarily representing the countries, but representing just individuals from all over the world competing to see who's the best. I think there's, what was the number? 60 million total prize dollars being given away?
Yeah, something along those lines. It was quite a crazy number.
Right, and they were going for the largest prize pool ever put up. All right, so
yeah, 60 million, you got it right.
All right, memory serves me right. Great, I can count. So here we go. The tournament's going to start on July 2nd here. We're going to be seeing Call of Duty Warzone kick us off, MSC Mid-Season Cup, which let's see if nope, can't even.
It's MLB.
I guess I don't know if it's MLB baseball.
Right. Over to the right.
Yeah, I see
ML.
Yeah, ML:BB. We'll take a look at what game code it is, but Riot Masters League of Legends is starting on the 3rd of July. It's a Thursday. Call of Duty is continuing. League of Legends. So this is a brief overview of when to start watching. League of Legends is actually finishing up pretty closely. Not closely, pretty quickly by comparison. It's starting on the 3rd and it's going to end on the 6th. So 3-4 day tournament for League of Legends here. Nick, you were saying that you're looking forward to this one for League?
Yeah, it's MSI. It's MSI 2 for the most part. It should be fun. Just because in the more recent games that I've seen, there hasn't been too much lane swapping, specifically in NA for the most part, and some other regions. So, it should be a little bit more entertaining to watch. And I'm not sure which patch they're going to be on. That's probably the more interesting part because it's not run by Riot. It's run by it's probably run by Riot. Right, but maybe these guys get to determine if it's if a patch comes out that they're not going to play on that patch and they'll play on a previous patch. Well, so I'm not 100% sure.
At least the Overwatch stuff is being run by Faceit, and Faceit is associated with Esports World Cup because they're owned by the same company that is owned by Saudi Arabia. So I wouldn't doubt that it's Faceit kind of doing the tournament organization or another sister company to Faceit. So yeah, it'd be cool to see what kind of patch they're running on. That's going to make it interesting. With the lane swapping point, what do you feel is the reason for that? Very briefly, very quickly, because I know we had talked about it previously and it seemed like it was happening a lot with MSI because they felt like they had a bad pick ban phase and they needed to make up on that deficit, and it kind of just it locked up the game. So what do you think has changed where they're not doing that?
Nothing really has changed. It just seems there just haven't been opportunities for a lot of matches or a willingness to really lane swap. Okay. Just in general. So, but it's just good for the viewers. And I'll be honest, Riot might have actually just said dude, stop. It's not an every game thing. If I catch you guys doing it every game, we're going to cut the percentage that you guys get, that your team gets from viewership, because we're losing viewers because you guys are lane swapping too much.
Well, I doubt that they're going to be able to do something that extreme immediately, but they probably are talking to them listen, we're going to put a rule in and it's going to hurt everybody and we don't want to do that. So if you guys want the health of the game, stop it, kind of thing. I'm sure it's more of a conversation. If they had that conversation, to be more of a conversation like that. That seems completely, they're not going to go full nuclear where it's yeah, we're going to just cut your money off the bat. But yeah, man.
Here's a funny thing.
Okay.
League of Legends prize pool is only $1 million.
Only?
And the reason why it's exactly right. Yeah, here you go. Mobile Legends Bang Bang has a $3 million prize pool for this.
Well, I was going to say $1 million is still pretty solid because wasn't MSI just like $1 million total?
Dota 2's 5.
But Dota's a different game. Dota is like on a whole nother level when it comes to prize pools and whatnot. But like League, the MSI one,
it's not supported by the fans. That's why it's weird. Right. So like this is determined from this like organization that like Mobile Legends Bang Bang is getting $3 million for their prize pool. So I don't know if there's a breakdown for every single thing. I just see the breakdown for MOBAs right now.
Well, in that note, real quick, when you're talking about prize pool, I believe, let me just make sure this was this year. Yeah. Okay. It was this year MSI. And we're talking about
a
$250,000 prize pool, and it's just one tournament. So for League of Legends to have $1 million prize pool for this tournament, that's not, I don't think that's an only. I was being sarcastic, but I think that's a great prize pool. But yeah, when you compare it to a mobile game getting 5 million, 3 million, you said?
Like 3 million.
That feels bad.
So like it's weird because like I'm sure Dota will probably have like its viewership numbers are probably going to be there. And that could be also like a determining factor in general. But like, you know, League does pretty well as far as like viewership is concerned, just in general.
It could also be backroom conversations and backroom contracts. Like League of Legends agreeing to this, but then, you know, they don't want to look bad. Riot doesn't want to look bad if they're giving away $10 million at the Esports World Cup and Riot's only giving away 1 million. Like, I know that's not the numbers, but just like, you know, they might also be on the back end limiting how the scope of it, where the players can win, et cetera, to fit their ecosystem. So like, there's a lot of things that could be going into this. Like you're saying, a mobile game has a lot more pay to win or a lot more monetization avenues, so they could be just pulling that money, farming that money for this prize pool. The viewerships with Dota might be a lot bigger and better than it is for League or Overwatch, but you know, that's all kind of speculative.
Considering they get considering the amount of people that donate into the prize pool for the World Championship for Dota, I would assume that they have a pretty. Dota fans are Dota fans, like they love Dota, and they stand by their game. I have not met too many Dota fans that do not like their game, and they will stand firm on it's better than League. And I won't have that argument because it's like they are a little bit different. But I probably would say like League is closer to checkers than it is chess compared to Dota. But that being said, like forgot where I was going with it. But yeah,
I hear you on that. And apples and oranges kind of thing. So moving back into just the esports schedule. Moving back into the Esports World Cup schedule, at week 4 is when we're going to see Overwatch, which is where we were segmenting from. July 23rd is the first day of competition, group stage there. That's going to be going all the way probably through the week because it seems the format is every week is a new game or another new 2 games. We have PMWC, PUBG Mobile, as well as Overwatch 2 happening on week 4 of it with the playoffs for Overwatch starting on the 27th. So it seems Overwatch is going to go from the 23rd all the way into week 5. Nope, it's going to be ending there, it seems. But we have Street Fighter, Fortnite closing out the tournament, seems like. Yeah.
Bro, what is it? What was
StarCraft
that Radeon Masters game?
We have Football Club happening week 5. We're going to be doing a bigger breakdown of all the games and where you can watch it, when you can watch it for Esports World Cup happening. But I'm just trying to find real quickly the end of Overwatch. And it seems like it was on the 27th. It was just a 4-day tournament. Yeah, we're talking about a lot of big games here. Rocket League, Tekken, PUBG finishing out. Yeah. They're going to close out the whole Esports World Cup, it seems, on week 8. Whereas Overwatch starting week 4 on the 23rd. So those are the dates to look forward to. Those are the things we're going to be prepping for and be talking about for the next couple weeks. But we'll have a big breakdown of the Esports World Cup as of next week with the scheduling and whatnot. Hey, Billy here. Wanted to take a quick minute to let you know a few different things. If you enjoyed the videos so far, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps us out and it tells the algorithm to share it with more people. You can find the Esports Meta live every week on Twitch and YouTube. It's where we film the podcast or hang out, play games, and chat. If social media is more your vibe, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, or Twitter if you use Threads. Does anybody use Threads? This is a video game community that's excited to talk about esports, so jump into the conversation. Of course, you can find more videos like this here on YouTube. Just hit that subscribe button right there or there. Thanks for watching, and let's get back to the show. Nick, you've got a very confused look on your face, and I want to know what's going on in your head right now.
Because I was trying to figure out what this one game was.
Let's take a look at the games. Let me see if I can bring it up too.
Yeah, if you go to the games on the website, it actually has all the prize pools and stuff like that.
Right. Apex Legends, Modern Warfare. I'm going to scroll through this quickly. Warzone, Counter-Strike 2. I don't want to go too fast. Ryda Masters, FC Club 24.
Ryda Masters is like Dota, by the way. That's what I was just looking up.
Okay. ESL, I believe, is another, what is it, CSGO? CS game. Fortnite, featuring Fortnite. Kind of weird that it's featuring Fortnite, but okay. Free Fire, Honor of Kings. There's Mobile Legends. I like how MSC is bigger than the game logo here. Mid-season Cup is bigger than Mobile Legends. I wonder if they're trying to hide Mobile Legends. But
yeah,
League of Legends.
A lawsuit for it.
League of Legends also there. Then we have, let's see, what is this? Overwatch 2, and then this is women's mobile. I think it's the same thing, where it's just like the women's league, women's international, which I know we were talking about that milk competition a couple months ago. I do like seeing this stuff happen, just like I like seeing the WNBA trying to put forth the time to watch the games, get a part of it, but ultimately we hear about competitive integrity. I do think that the women's league has the competitive integrity. I do want to see more fans get a part of that competitive integrity so that there's more cheering, etc. So I like seeing that. I like to see it on the biggest platform here. PMWC, PUBG Battlegrounds, which I think this is mobile, PUBG Mobile. And then there's the Battlegrounds, the PC mode.
We play games with hot plates. That's mobile gaming on stage, bro. Like
a giant tablet the size of your face. Yeah.
Dude, they play with tablets or their phones. They're jacked in all the time into a power outlet. That thing is cooking your fingertips. It's like absolutely cooking you, bro.
Yeah, start cooking a cheeseburger on that stuff. Give me a hot pocket. Rainbow Six Siege next up. Rocket League. And just to kind of finish this out, StarCraft 2, Street Fighter, Teamfight Tactics, Tekken. And that's the games, the major games. We'll be breaking down all the prize pools and the teams qualifying next week. So again, stick around, subscribe, follow us. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on social media. We'll clip this up so you can get it a little more digestible. But that's what we got for Esports World Cup now. Final thoughts on the Esports World Cup? Are you looking forward to it? Are you is there one specific game besides League that you are excited to see?
Let's go to the clip. Let me go to the list real quick. I don't know. Like, Overwatch. I'm gonna give some stuff on Overwatch. Let me see. I don't even know what game that is. Apex is gonna be fun. Apex is always a good watch. I'm not watching Modern Warfare. I'm not watching Warzone. You could probably not pay me to watch either one of those games. Free Fire, I won't be watching.
It's a good thing I don't pay you at all.
Yeah, seriously, dude, I would not want this. Obviously, I'm not going to watch Mobile Legends Bang Bang. And it might be that low, by the way, because Tencent won a lawsuit against them for like $2.3 billion.
Oh, wow.
So
I didn't see a story
it's probably
about that.
less.
Maybe we got to talk about that one.
They got sued at it was $2.9 million. Sorry, not billion, but billion's a crazy number. It could have been yuan, billion yuan. Hey,
Yeah.
I know.
I think,
yeah, I
of course. Of course, I'm looking forward to Overwatch. I'm looking forward to League, but if I can't choose those, I want to see the fighting games. I think with the World Cup of this, it's not just going to be another regional finals and not going to be another specific finals. So I think the fighting games, Tekken, Street Fighter, etc., are going to be
Tekken
cool.
will be a good watch.
Good watch.
If you've never watched the Tekken tournament, Street Fighter basically is either in a Ken Ryu meta or a non-Ken Ryu meta. And like 9 times out of 10, they're in a Ken Ryu meta because
I think the last tournament that I watched, that it was like there was a pretty heavy Blanca meta as like a dark horse of that. But that stuff can change via the patch notes for the developer. It's been a while since we've checked in on Street Fighter. Excuse me.
Real disrespectful thought right here. Tekken is where the real fighting game people play. No joke. No joke.
I know.
Like it's not the most difficult game. It's not the most complex, I'll say, right? But it is probably the chess of fighting games.
Yeah, I know right now Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat are having a bit of a moment where they're struggling. It's not really a struggle, but like people are frustrated. Whereas Tekken, it's not to say they don't have frustrations, but they're definitely more happy, if those are words, more happy with the game, the developer, where the state is, the way they can play, the counterplay, etc. It seems to be in a healthier state overall.
Yep, it's always been that way though. Like they've always had good. Like it's always been there's counterplay to it at least. Like in the game for the most part, and a lot of like fighting games in general, like even Smash kind of got like this at a certain point. There's like things you do, and only a certain way that like your opponent can react. And the fact that Tekken's essentially a 3D environment, right? Because you can literally move completely circled around the map, changes a lot just in general compared to like the 2D fighters, right? Where it's just up down.
And like, you know what? If we were making this podcast back in the 90s when Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat were like the fighting games, and then Tekken and King of Fighters come out where you can traverse the third plane going back and front, not just left and right. I guess that's maybe second plane. But anyway, when you can do that, we might have like called it a bit of a gimmick, like a little bit of an expectation. But the way they approached it, the way they did it has been super solid. And it's add that competitive integrity and depth to it where you're just inching the ceiling up higher and still keeping the floor accessible to players, which is exactly what you want to see. Accessible to players, so it's fun, it's reachable, everybody can get involved, everybody can understand to some degree what's happening. It's not just like, and I know there's been a lot of complaints about like Overwatch where it's just visual madness. You got to be able to see and look and do the things you want to do. But anyway, I'm looking forward to Esports World Cup. I'm probably going to watch everything except for the mobile games. I'll even give Call of Duty and Warzone a try for a little bit. But honestly, I'll probably get bored of those pretty quickly because anyway. But yeah, not to drag that. I'll watch FIFA, man, especially for this kind of competition, just because, again, the interesting part for me is that you have all these kinds of people from all over the world who probably don't usually compete, right? They don't compete against each other. They don't go region to region like this. And for them to have a world tournament like this, where everybody's kind of coming together, you kind of have that with Evo. But like, how much is that really happening? Evo is in a much different place than this is going to be. So this being in Saudi Arabia changes that up. I feel like it's going to be more accessible to more people. I don't want to say more accessible to more people. It's going to be more accessible to different people, which is where I'm interested in this. I think that's a better tagline on that. But anyway. All right. You're clickety-clacking. What are you looking for before we go on to our next topic?
Nothing. I was just looking at the games.
All right.
And just checking out, checking out more of the Riyadh Masters, gotcha. I guess. Yeah. Like Dota. It looks like Dota. It looks very similar to Dota, even art. So
is it like a mobile version of Dota? Not by Valve or Steam, but by some knockoff clone? It didn't look
like it was a mobile version. They look like they're on stage with keyboards and stuff.
Okay, that's a plus. Immediately a plus in my book.